Hello and welcome, it's Adam from BetterProposals.io here, and we are back with Season 3 of Proposal Breakdown. Now today I have Verti Group, who have sent in a proposal to be reviewed. Now, they're not Better Proposals customers, so this is in a Word document, which is probably the first issue in the sense that once they've sent this proposal, they've got no idea if their clients opened it, they don't know what they've looked at, and the file is absolutely massive because it is chock full of graphics. So if somebody opens this up on a phone, there's absolutely zero chance of them reading this thing. And it's probably going to take them a good while to download it on their phone as well, which is why web-based proposals are almost becoming just the standard now. Whether you use us, competitors, whatever, it doesn't really matter, but switch to an online format because this is the first downfall. Okay, so the cover looks amazing. They're clearly really smart on their branding, so their cover looks awesome. They've personalized it quite nicely with their potential client's logo on there, which is really good. Now, the first thing I see here is a table of contents. And the table of contents basically goes up to 40 pages. Straight away, I know I'm not reading it. So literally the first thing, like straight out the gate, you're immediately putting somebody in a position where they're just thinking, oh God, have I really got to read all this? So it's not an exciting feeling. It's oh, I'll do it later. So that's not what you want to be getting people to do. So if all they did was just knock off the the table of contents, that would help massively, because at least it wouldn't sort of basically just put a great big red stamp across the front of it that says, by the way, you're going to be here for 3 hours. So try and remember that this is probably not something that somebody wants to read. This is not the most exciting thing that's happened in their day. So try and take out information that doesn't need to be there and try and be the filter for them, because they shouldn't have to filter this stuff out for you. So try not to put table of contents in proposals. So first piece of information says introduction, and then the worst 2 words you can ever put in a proposal, about us. So it goes straight on to start talking about the person leading the search engine optimization work. Sorry, that's what they do here. They're a search engine optimization company. Got to stop doing this. Like, this is something that you see so much. This proposal is not about you. It's a personalized sales letter for a specific service. That's it. It's not a document about your company. It's literally, it couldn't be further from that. So introduction is not an introduction. It's the first thing is, it's straight away, it's boring. It's not about them. But they do get to it quite quickly, because the next thing is the executive summary. So it goes into market research, key observations, that kind of stuff, proposed strategy and actions, all good stuff. Now, my only issue here is that this is not personal. Having read this, I'm not going to read stuff off to you because we'll be here for all day, but it's very technical. It's very, let me say it a different way. I'm looking at this and I'm pretty much almost certain no conversation with a human being happened before this got written. Almost certain. There's no addressing the actual need, not the surface level, we need more customers thing, the actual need. So why did they contact this company and say, let's sit down and have a conversation? Why did that part happen? That's the stuff that you've got to get in there so quickly. And I say it every time that I do these videos. But yeah, you've got to make sure that that's happening. So straight away, it's the right stuff. It's just not human. And it's a person reading this. It's not a machine reading an algorithm, okay? Now, I can't go through this entire proposal. So what I'm going to try and explain here is that they've got 2 documents. They've got a proposal, and they've got market research, keyword research, strategy, and all that kind of stuff. This is a massive document with a huge amount of work that's gone into this. I'd be very surprised if this took less than 3 full days to work on. Very surprised. It's a huge document. But the problem is, no one's going to read it. It's a strategy document. Your business plan would be less pages than this. Sometimes I do these reviews and there's too little information in there. So you're trying to sell something big for a large price and you're sitting there at the investment page going, what the hell am I getting? This is just, but this is too much info, too much. there is just pages upon pages upon pages of keyword research and competitiveness and competitor research and pie charts and little oval diagrams and Gantt charts and goodness knows what. It just goes on and on and on and on. And it's awesome. They're really nice little graphics. They're really cool. They're all custom made. It's insane. But it's so long. And there's so much detail here. And I'd almost guarantee this doesn't need to be in here. This isn't going to win or lose the job, all of this info. Like, I'll take a different tact with this. Here's what I would do. I would be selling the concept of search engine optimization with a very, very, very quick bit of keyword research for maybe 3 keywords. And I would look at that and say, okay, it's going to cost you, I'm making numbers up, this isn't what's in here, but it's going to say cost you $5,000 a month. And we're going to get you ranked for this keyword, and this keyword. So worst case scenario, we get you 3rd for these different keywords. 3rd position in Google gets you roughly 20% of clicks, 10% of clicks, whatever it is. And then work out the numbers and work them through the process until the point where you're saying, okay, you're going to spend $5,000 a month, but based on your current conversion rate that you're actually getting with your website and the search results that we will get you is going to result in this amount of money. And that's so much easier to buy into. So they don't need to go into all of this detail. It's just simply not necessary. So try and look at it from the person's point of view who's actually buying this thing and just think, what do they want? They want a result, any result, and they want it as quick as possible. So just try and, especially with something like search engine optimization, it's such an open-ended thing. It can go on forever. So really just try and think about what they're actually, what they're actually wanting to do here. So I would cut probably 80% of this information out, and the rest of it I would compress right down into a simple little thing saying, right, the first 2 months, all we're going to focus on is this. That's it. Everything else we could worry about. But they've made this such a big task, it's incredibly difficult to get their head around. So there's a couple of other things here. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And there's some random point in here, it just turns into the price for no reason. There's no teeing it up, no nothing. It's just randomly just lists the price right in the middle of it. If you didn't find it, you wouldn't know it's there, which isn't great. You should know where that is. Like this isn't very, despite the fact that they've got the table of contents at the beginning, I don't know what section I'm on. Everything's split out with blue headers and black text. And I don't know where I am in this document. So if it is going to be this long, color code it or something. I don't know. The other major issue with this is I get right to the bottom and there's no contract. There's no next steps. I couldn't buy this even if I wanted to. Even if all it said was, if you want to go ahead, reply to this email. That would be something. Perhaps there's an email that goes with this that explains what to do, but it should be in this document. Even if you've explained it in the email, which to be honest, you shouldn't. You should just get straight to the point and get it in this document. You've got to have everything in this document. So although I'm saying like take stuff out, but they should absolutely have a next steps in here. You have to tell somebody if they want to buy exactly what steps they need to go through. Be it sign here, be it print it off and, revive your fax machine and send it back to us, like whatever you want to do, you must explain to them what they need to do in order to buy. You have to do that part. If you don't, it's just going to be confusing to them. And apart from anything else, it makes you look disorganized. So try and bear that in mind. Yeah, too much detail. The price is just buried. There's no justification for it. There's no next steps and there's no contract. So it actually feels, you get right to the very end, which is crazy because you're 43 pages in, you get right to the very end and you feel like it's missing something. So so get those bits added in and then get rid of 80% of it or so. Crunch it right down to a nice sort of summary and justify the point. And this would be performing much, much better. Hope that's helped. Hope that's given you some ideas and stay tuned for the next episode.